sunglasses.
You do. Lisa
Hi.
Bouchelle. Hi. Let's do some quick questions. Let's listen up. Do you sing in the shower?
I sing all the time. I'm annoying.
You have a significant other, husband, so he hears you.
No one. I live alone. I do have a boyfriend, and he doesn't seem to mind me singing, but he doesn't live with me. I think he would get annoyed. Like, I can't even imagine. Okay, when I was a kid, I was like that. No, when I was a child, my dad had 3 jobs to keep us going. And I used to sing by accident at the dinner table. And I didn't mean to do it, I just did it. So my dad goes, please stop singing at the dinner table. He was always tired from working, and he was easily frustrated. He was a great guy, but you know, he's frazzled. And stop singing at the dinner table. Finally, I couldn't stop, I couldn't catch myself. So he put me in the living room and put me in front of the TV with my own table. Isn't that terrible? And he banished me in there. But consequentially, I became a person who has a TV show now. I love TV, so I guess it helped me in the end, but I could not stop singing. My teachers would send notes home from school saying, Lisa is constantly singing, humming in class. She's distracting the students.
Oh,
Yeah,
but,
I
I mean,
just couldn't stop.
In a way, it was almost like a portent, whatever the word is. TV, singing, and then you got a TV show. That's
right?
Really,
I know it helped me. I'm glad he banished me to the living room.
Well, you pointed out, though, your family, I don't know if dysfunctional is the word, but when you would sing, they would...
Yeah, when I would do a show, my family were always arguing and stuff. Dysfunctional family, not that that narrows me down from a lot of people, but but it seemed like whenever I would sing, everybody would be like, oh, that was great, I love this song, and everybody would just like come together through the music, and that's why I decided to do this.
Right. It was interesting. You got an audience, but you also stopped arguing. There was stability. There was peace. Music
Made
brought you
everybody
together.
happy, right?
God, we go from there to more lighthearted questions, and then we might get heavy. What do you have a guilty pleasure song, like something you might be embarrassed in, that people know you like? Or, you know?
Margaritaville by Jimmy Buffett.
I agree. I can't stand it. That's the song in hell for me.
love that
I've heard
song.
it too much. I can't deal with it
Dude,
anymore.
we performed in Key West. I played at Meeting of the Minds. Like, we had so much fun staying on Duval Street, and I just like.
Were you drinking?
A little bit, but just like the beautiful weather and stuff. It's just such a great place. Key West is so open and accepting and artsy, and Jimmy Buffett's music. Like, honestly, my favorite stuff of his is much less well known. Some of his,
I'm sure, right.
yeah, and he's a great writer. But Margaritaville, it just reminds me of all those good
Good
times.
time. Well, then you've been in the industry. You work with people in the industry. You opened up for Steve Miller yesterday.
I did.
You know, big old jet old liner. You know, take the money and run. I love it. What would you want to change about the industry if you could change anything?
I think that right now there's a lot of ingenuine type of, like, I think social media is interesting. I think it does some good things, but I think it can also cause a false perception of some things. I mean, I'm an artist and I have great times and I love what I do, but it's also a struggle. And I think sometimes artists out there, we're putting out these great pictures, okay? Obviously, I'm gonna like everything look great when we're on here, okay? I'm not gonna look like, oh, falling apart. But we also have hard times. And I think people need to know that, because I think otherwise the normal person in their normal life could be depressed and think, oh, their life is so great and I'm having trouble. We have troubles too. And social media sometimes shines a light on all the great things, but it doesn't show the struggles. I think the music in and of itself shows the struggles and brings us together and makes us realize we all have those struggles. We all have those joys. We all have those things in common. And I feel like maybe the industry is dwelling a little bit on numbers on social media to an extent, and that it doesn't show what's real. And I think that has been a little bit lost.
Well, and what about my own bugaboo? Talent, it could be subjective, but you get some people who aren't that talented, but they become social media for whatever. They dance half naked. They have a catchy, you know,
That's
trendy
what
song.
I'm gonna do. Sometimes I'm half naked.
Great. That's fine. But in a way, could you think so it's more about, sometimes it can be less substance and more style, social media?
No, I didn't mean that, because I think that entertainment is entertainment. I mean, if someone is entertained by someone's style, rather than their operatic vocal quality. That's just, to me, that's just as legitimate of an entertainment as you say it's subjective. That's art. That's art.
Right.
What I mean is maybe people on social media are putting out that everything's always la 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 wonderful, and it's not. Life is bittersweet. It's up and down for everybody,
Right.
stars and other people.
I got that Hallmark Hall of Fame card. Everyone tries to make it, and I think people do get lost in that and they forget.
Yeah, it's a snapshot of,
Yeah.
like, a snapshot is literally 1 second.
Now I call it your hit single, "Jump In."
Thank you. Yeah.
I wanted to jump in. So,
You wanna jump in.
So what did you want people to take away from that song and feel?
That's like, I overthink things too much sometimes, as a lot of people do. That's kind of like, okay, if you have an intuition to just go for something, just jump in and go for it. Sometimes you have to do that, take a leap of faith.
Here's the next question from people from Nassau Street. We're somewhat local, Princeton, New Jersey. What would you tell your young, we'll say 21-year-old self, if you could tell your 21-year-old self something, if you could go back in time, about the music industry, about your life, what would you tell them?
Be yourself. Trust your instincts. And when you record something, if you're not sure if you like the way it turned out, the industry, one person will say this, one person will say this, go by this rule. If I heard this on the radio, would I turn it up or would I turn it off?
Okay.
Go by that. Judge your mixes and judge your music by whether you would turn it up or turn it off.
That's
Stay
beautiful.
true to it.
And last one, dream collaboration. Anyone living, dead, who would you want to?
Oh, this is tough. Oh my God, Neil Young. I want to write with Neil Young.
You think it's ever going to happen?
Yeah, I do.